Hello everyone, Tinker here, and welcome to the latest snapshot. Now, we are currently on 21W15A, and there's some good and there's some bad news. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I on the front page? Well, they've updated the little splash screen and all that, so I thought I'd show you, but that's not the most important part of this snapshot. What the most important thing is actually, if we head over to my snapshot world I've set up, we have some brand new blocks and some very bad news. But we'll get into the bad news after I show you the new block, so you can be happy. So now we have raw iron, raw copper, and raw gold. And personally, the raw iron, I feel like it could be reworked somewhat. Like maybe I might even at some point do a resource pack where I make it just like a rusty version of an iron block or whatever. But either way, it looks really nice. I will say that the copper and the gold are my favorite, though. The gold just feels like it's some form of like budding. I could have swore this is like one of the textures they were going to use for honey. Let me grab the honey block real fast. Tell me if I'm wrong, but like this would go perfectly with these blocks as maybe like a wax block, but I digress. Anyway, right, so the next feature is goats can now pathfind around Snowier snow, so I guess you could technically use them as a guide to get around it, but it's not super important. Now they also mentioned something about how creepers are now mortal enemies to goats, but these two seem to be pretty chill, so maybe they're just a very strange bromance. Either way, let's move on. So if I go to spectator mode, and this is the bad news, guys. They have removed all of the features that they were working on for the height limit and all that in this snapshot because they're going to be splitting the 1.17 update into two parts. Half of it's going to be in the summer now, and half of it's going to be in the winter months around the holiday season later. Now, I'm not really sure about it, but I understand where they're coming from because the height limit thing was really laggy, and I'm pretty sure data packs can always add that back in. So I do understand why they're doing it, but I don't understand why they had to remove all the other cave-related features because they removed all the cracks and everything else. So, without further ado, I'm going to show you it. Be scared. Be very scared. As you can tell, there's no more blackstone. Well, there's a little bit of blackstone. It seems to be that it generates kind of like granite and everything. So you can still get access to some blackstone, but it's not prevalent. I'm assuming tuff would still spawn as well in small patches, but again, not by much. As you can tell right here, there's some tuff. You can gain all the blocks, but it is definitely a downgrade from what we had. Now, another thing is there are also amethyst. Those still do exist. I do feel like they need to have emerald amethyst and ruby amethyst. Those would be really cool. Maybe a sapphire as well. Just, so you can have extra decoration, I guess, gems. Because diamonds are the only real gem that we end up using for any real source of, I guess, value. So having these as sort of trophy items could be kind of cool. And of course give them some functionality. But anyway, that will be all for my suggestion video. But as you can tell, we're gonna be having to wait a little longer for 1.17 to really come out. But if I missed anything on this snapshot video, leave me a comment. If you liked the video, if it was informative, leave me a like. And if you really like the video, you can always leave me a subscription. I've just reached over 100 subscribers, and I'm just zooming right along, and I really need to get working on my 100 subscriber special, but I noticed the bad news on the snapshots, and I thought this breaking news is much more important at the moment, and I should really inform you guys. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Bye, guys!